Let me ask you this. I mean, who wins? I mean, from a business standpoint, what do you do?
Hola amigos, my name is Pablo Miguel, the burrito eating king of YouTube Libre, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, then welcome. It's great to have you here. One of my favorite shows on the WWE network is a show called Table for Three. The concept of the show is pretty simple. Three superstars from the past or the present sit down to talk about their careers, stories that they have, whilst they all sit round and eat a nice romantic meal. I don't know why the meal has to be there. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Table for Three episode that aired on the WWE network after Raw this week, with AJ Styles, HBK, and Kevin Nash. The WWE posted a little clip from the show on their YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, but let's get on with the highlights. Now of course, when you put HBK and AJ Styles together, there was so much excitement about the possibility of a match between the two. But before we get onto that, let's take a look at some of the other stuff that they chatted about. The first conversation that I want to focus on between HBK, AJ and Big Kev is their opinion about WrestleMania. All three of them were obviously in agreement that WrestleMania is like Christmas Day for a WWE superstar. But as they talked about it a little bit more, they revealed that actually the show can be a little bit anticlimactic, especially the next night on Raw.
Okay, maybe I got what I wanted and maybe I didn't. It's here and it's over, and now it's thinking about what you want for Christmas next year.
They're, Vince, going over everything that happened at WrestleMania and how, happy he was with it. And then all of a sudden he says, but that was yesterday. Tonight's Raw and work on next year. He didn't get a chance to enjoy this huge moment.
Those three guys said that all year round they look forward to WrestleMania, and then the next night on Raw, it's back to square one. You can see that there is very little time for rest, both physically and emotionally, in the WWE. With a superstar that is loved as much as HBK, the conversation obviously led on to, what the heck is he doing nowadays?
So you're down at the Performance Center now, right?
You know me. I'll just sort of show up. I'm a volunteer right now, so I have been this company since I was 23 years old, and I guess I've never done any of this stuff for the money, and that's my biggest downfall.
And I'm the guy.
The Performance Center is where NXT superstars are trained. Future NXT superstars, they're trained there too. One thing that is clear from this interview is that HBK has always 100% loved the wrestling business. He turns up and he's like, I'm gonna teach you guys from the best in the business. You know what? Hats off to him. Where's a hat? Give me his hat. Hats off to him. He's going down to the Performance Center, he's volunteering, and he's giving these young superstars a glimpse of his great wrestling mind, which can only do wonders for the WWE in the long run. Now, in their little discussion, HBK revealed that he didn't realize that Kevin Nash and AJ Styles had worked together before. And he pretty much put AJ Styles on the spot and said, AJ, how is it working with Big Kev?
I was surprised and that Kev would sell so much for me. We told the story of chopping the tree down. It was one of my favorite matches, to be honest with you.
It was such an easy story to tell because it was always David and Goliath.
Yeah.
I feel like these guys hit the nail on the head with this one. I'm not going to act that one out. But it's true. Those basic stories of the big man and the little guy, the David and Goliath situation, they always tell the best stories. And when you look at the current product of WWE, you struggle to see that anywhere. Thing where SmackDown superstar Rusev is saying, if I'm not given a WWE Championship match, then I'm gonna leave and go to Bulgaria. Well then go and leave to go to Bulgaria. If every single superstar did that, then the whole brand of SmackDown would be ruined. The part that everyone had waited for. HBK and AJ Styles talking about a potential match with one another. And the way that this interview went, it's just, you cannot expect it. HBK literally kills it in one go. The thing that he says just leaves Kevin Nash and it leaves AJ Styles absolutely speechless. Just watch.
Let me ask you this. I mean, who wins? I mean, from a business standpoint, what do you do?
Who would win? Who would this match benefit? Man, and Big Kev and AJ Styles are just like, I don't know. HBK went to go and say, well, if I go in and I beat AJ Styles, what does it do for him? Storyline wise, I come back and I go. Another great point that HBK put forward about this match not happening was him talking about his character. How the Heartbreak Kid came from breaking windows all the way to the heartbreak moment where Undertaker ended his career. To have this other random match over here just doesn't make sense.
If it were even creatively in the context of, the character arc for me, right? This would just sit here independently, and that feels, you know what I mean? It's like a sequel that doesn't have anything to do with.
It's like Rocky V.
And HBK capped off his point perfectly.
If you leave on top before they want you to, that's what entertainment's all about. Leave them wanting more.
It's true, amigos. You either go out at the top of your career, or you fight another match, and another match, and another match, until actually people turn around and say, oh, he's not as good as he used to be. And that doesn't just go for wrestling, it goes for pretty much everything in life. Another thing that came up in the conversation was the fact that the Clique, HBK, Big Kev, Triple H, the rest of them, they invented the Wolfpack symbol. Now, if you know anything about AJ Styles and his time in Japan, he was part of the Bullet Club, and their little gang sign too was the wolf logo. So the opinions flew around. Where did the guys get it from in the first place? And how did the Clique feel about AJ Styles, Finn Balor and the Bullet Club taking it for themselves?
Yeah, nobody has a problem handing down something to a top guy.
Well,
You
we got it from you guys, obviously. Where did you guys get it from?
Yeah, a kid was in a bar someplace in Europe and saw somebody do it. He said it was like a Turkish wolf and some kind of Turkish mafia thing. I think the club was it wasn't a rip-off. It was very separate from what we did. The concept was spot on. I never had a problem with it.
This is the thing about these sort of shows, amigos. Wonderful insight into things that we just don't know about. And that, my amigos, is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to drop a like on it. Maybe share it around the internet, on Twitter or on Facebook. You can find me on both of those platforms. I'll leave the links to those in the description. It's WWE Payback this Sunday, Raw's pay-per-view. If you want to know my predictions for the pay-per-view, then I will leave a link to my website in the description below. And I just feel like I'll be able to go into a bit more detail as to why I'm picking the people that I'm picking. So if you want to see my predictions, then head on over there. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you are new to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you want to be, then you can click the subscribe button here and become an amigo today. If you do that, then I will see you in the next video. Adios, amigos. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I've got the poo emoji on my head.